things get hectic. I actually cannot believe that just happened. And he's so jealous. This is why your marriage is falling apart, you buffoon. I could die. I could die. I love that.
Hey, we're doing this again. This time, I'm determined to not let the video be a disaster. The last time I did one of these trend of my TBR in a month videos, I failed epically. I read one book in the whole reading vlog, and the reading vlog spanned like 2 weeks. I think I read only 2 books out of 9 in the February TBR. That will not happen again. I am determined this month. I will finish this TBR if it is the last thing I do. Okay, it is March 1st, and I'm starting already. I am not procrastinating this time. Last month, I started in like the middle of the month to try to get through my TBR, and I failed. This month, I'm starting ASAP, and we have 31 days, so more time to finish it. I am about to go be a passenger princess, and I'm taking a book with me for my TBR. I am taking Immortal by Lynn Tan. This is romantasy, I think. I don't know much else about it. I'll let you know after I like get a little ways into it. I'll let you know the plot and everything, but this can be the first one. Look at this. Look at this bright edges. That's beautiful. It is beautiful. It is. I wish I owned it, but I don't got that kind of money, so I checked it out at the library. I'm gonna start this in the car, and I'll see you. Into Immortal, and I kind of know what the plot is now, so I can share with the class. That's you. Okay, so this is about this girl who she has been poisoned, and her grandfather steals her this lotus flower from the immortal king to give to her because it's the only thing that will cure, and she takes it. But now the immortal queen is mad because they stole, and this lotus was very precious to her, so she has a meeting with her grandfather to punish him, and he ends up dying in the meeting. Awesome. Now since she's his only heir, she ends up inheriting, but now she's the ruler of Tianxia. I don't know how to pronounce it. I think it's Tianxia. It's Tianxia. So that's how it would sound. But I don't know. We're just gonna go with it. And she has been invited to the immortal realm, and she kind of wants revenge. Not kind of, she definitely does. She wants revenge because she blames them for her grandfather passing, and the immortal queen's right-hand man is the god of war, and the romance is between them. Nothing crazy has happened yet, but I suspect something soon will. There's definitely chemistry there. And we got a little bit of an enemies to lovers thing going on, which is very fun. I'm really liking it so far. It's very fast-paced too. I'm enjoying it. So I'm gonna keep reading while I'm on my break, and then I'll update you. She's currently in his library, and she noticed he has a bunch of romance books in there, and she was like, "Oh, romance." And he started blushing, and he was like, "No, those are just for my guests." Why are you lying? This man is a romance reader. I love that. I love the fact that when he's injured, he's like, "No, I can't heal myself because it weakens me and my powers." But the second she gets an itty bitty bruise, he's all over her and healing it. Love that. Oh my gosh. What? The twist that just happened. I'm flabbergasted. I did not see that coming at all. Didn't even have a sneaky suspicion. That was crazy. Oh my gosh, that was such a good twist. What? I can't believe that just happened. I actually cannot believe that just happened. Wait, I'm so excited to continue now. I'm actually so excited to continue this book now. That was crazy. I've read a couple more chapters since that big twist happened, and this book has gotten so much more interesting. Like way more interesting. I'm not gonna lie, the first 100 or so pages I wasn't that into it. Like, it was fine, but I wasn't super invested in the characters or romance or the world or anything. after that twist, like, their whole dynamic has changed and everything has become so much more interesting. And the relationship, it just has more layers now, and I'm so excited to continue. This is actually eating now. I'm actually loving this right now. The romance is getting better, and the plot is getting significantly better. Just wanted to update you guys on that, because if you start this and you're like, I don't know, just wait until, I think it was chapter 13? Or chapter 14? Just finish that chapter, because things get hectic. Okay, trust me. These look so cute. Look at this one. It's a little present. It quite literally was a present. I got this gifted to me by one of my students' parents. Love them. Oh, look at this one. Oh, I love the salty chocolates. I'm gonna eat, and then I'll get back to reading. So delicious. Oh my gosh. He is so protective of her, and I love it. I love it. He's giving very much touch her and die vibes, which are the best vibes to give. Needed to stop reading to share this quote because I'm kind of obsessed with it. Ahem, on page 2 of 7. Read along with me. I'll put up the picture. It says, heroes are not born but made through their choices. One could not... Pretend I never started. I'm gonna start over. Pretend? What just happened? Never happened. Okay. Okay, take 2. Heroes are not born but made through their choices. One could be given the greatest gifts in the world and choose to do nothing with them, or someone with nothing could forge their way to the pinnacle of power. Whether mortal or immortal, our destiny is in our hands. I don't know why I love that so much. Quotes are interesting because someone will share a quote with me and it'll mean so much to them, and then I'll read it and I'll be like, nice, but like it won't do anything for me. And then there will be some quotes that for me are just like so powerful and I love them so much, and then for someone else they're just like, oh, okay. Hopefully you guys also love this quote, otherwise that's gonna be really awkward. If you don't like this quote, lie to me and say you do, because I don't want to hear otherwise. Thank you. Y'all, this man jumped into a deep body of water for her, and he can't even swim. He would quite literally die for her. What a man. What a man. I love this book, and I love him, and I love her, and I love the romance. This book is eating. I'm back at home now, and I'm reading. Pow. And tell me why there was another huge plot twist in there. Two of them. I wish I could have caught on camera my reactions, because literal jaw drop. But I just didn't think there would be something else coming like that. I thought the one big plot twist that I react to, I thought that would be it. No, this book, pow, 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 it keeps on coming. And even if the only twist was the one that happened in part 1, I still would have loved this book because that twist was so good. But to add on 2 other huge twists that are just like mind-blowing, like the twists in this, I can't express this enough, are so good. I'm obsessed with this, and why do I feel like giving it 5 stars right now? I've been having those feelings all day. I'm like, is this a 5-star? This book just gets better and better. The more I read, the more obsessed with it I become. I have like 120 pages left, and I kind of want to binge this all night, because I don't want to go another day not knowing what happens at the end. And knowing Sue and Tam, there's probably going to be another big twist, and I'm so ready. It's the way I haven't predicted a single thing that's happened. Maybe I'm just naive, maybe I'm just stupid, but usually, like, I can pick up on things most of the time. I feel like in books, I haven't picked up on anything in here. Like, every single thing that happens is a surprise to me, and I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Why is this man so cute and precious? The most cute and precious man I've read about. That's not true. That's an exaggeration, but he's up there. I don't know why I'm making so many hand gestures, so sorry about that. And I made another one. I need to put my hands down. I do way too much hand gestures. I've noticed this about all my videos. I did not realize how expressive I was with my hands until I started editing these videos and watching myself back. I love talking with my hands. And I'm trying to not do that so much because my hands are usually in your face. Like they're like right here. And I need to stop doing that. And I just did another hand gesture. Oh my gosh, I'm so bad at this. Anywho, onto the update. The reason I turned the camera on is because I just read a scene that was so cute. It was so cute. Okay, so remember how I was talking about how he has a romance collection? I'm putting my hands up again. Romance collection in his home. Well, he just admitted to reading a romance book, and the guy gave the girl flowers, and he thought that was really sweet. So he started paying attention to what her favorite flower and scent was, and he got her those flowers because he thought it was cute when the guy in the book did it. So wholesome, so wholesome. I love this book. 5 stars. This is incredible. In the beginning, like I said, the first 100-ish pages, I was kind of testing the waters. I wasn't super into it. I liked it. It was fine, but I wasn't super invested. And then the end of part 1, that's when things started to get crazy. Loki was starting to give soap opera. The drama and the twists were so good. And they're reminding me of when I used to watch General Hospital a little bit, but make it fantasy. And then it just gets so much better from there. The plot twists, top tier. There's so many twists in this that were mind-boggling. I didn't predict not a single one. Not one. There was like 5 big twists, 4 big twists. And I predicted none of them. I don't know if I'm just naive or if this author is just a genius. I'm leaning towards the latter. Genius, Lynn Tan. Genius. That is her name. And the quotes, there were so many good quotes in here that I was just like, fingerling. Literally giggling, kicking, squealing, kicking my what? Giggling, squealing, kicking my feet. All the feelings, all the visceral reactions you can have, I was having over this book. The things the guy says especially, and I also loved the romance and the relationship between Sangui and Lynn. There were so many layers to it. They went back and forth, but not in an annoying, like, on and off again way. But the plot twist it made it impossible for them to continue on as they were going. So there was a lot of changes in their relationship happening. I can't explain this without spoiling, so I'm being kind of vague. But just know there's so many layers to their relationship, and so many things happen to change the relationship. You know, like with tropes, you get like friends to lovers, and that's it. Enemies to lovers, and then that's it. No, not with this. They went from so many things. They went from being this to this to this to this. So many things were happening in this book, and I love that the relationships was so exciting, I guess. I just love that it went in so many different directions. It was very exciting, felt very new and fresh. Even though it does rely on some popular tropes, I feel like it does a lot of new things with them. And again, I just want to highlight the plot twist because, oh my gosh, the plot twist. Some of the best plot twists I've ever read in my entire life. This was amazing, and I'm giving it 5 stars. I love this. The writing was great, plot twists were great, characters were great, romance was great. 10 out of 10. I have nothing more to say. So that is 1 book off the TBR. I still have 4 more to finish. I did start A Little Life by Hanya Yanagihara. I'm about not even halfway, maybe 40% of the way through. Actually, that is not 40%. That's like 35%. 30%? I don't know. So I've been reading it alongside Immortal because big books I get so intimidated by, and I have to read them alongside something else. Otherwise, I just won't commit to them. Because it just intimidates me. When I'm reading it alongside something else, it's not as intimidating. So that's how I like to do it. So I've been reading this on the side, and I've actually been really enjoying it. It's not going to be in this video though. I'll give you guys a review, a spoiler-free review, but I am going to make a full spoiler reading vlog for A Little Life. And that's just going to be something, because it's 720 pages. There's so much to unpack there, and so much to talk about, and I just want it to be its own thing separate from everything else. So that's going to be its own reading vlog. I'll still give you guys a review, but you won't get a reading vlog of it. You won't get to hear my real-time thoughts and reactions to everything. So that's going to be another video. So I'm like 1.3 out of 5 of the way done. Let's say that. I have to think about what I want to start next for this video. We have 3 options. The first one, Ever After Always by Chloe Liese. This is a romance. It's the 3rd in a series, in a companion novel series. It's a marriage of convenience. I'm somewhat excited for this, but also not. I love the first book in the series. Didn't so much care for the second. If I don't like this one either, I'm probably not going to continue, because why would I read a series that I'm not enjoying most of the books of? If I do like it, I'll continue. And then the second option, I'm so excited for this one. Lost and Lassoed. Oh, why am I giggling? I know I'm gonna love this book so much. This is another third book in a companion novel series. Twins! But this one I'm much more excited for. This is a cowboy romance, and I love cowboys. And it's also enemies to lovers, which is my favorite trope. The breadcrumbs we've gotten of Gus and Teddy, I could die. I love them, and I just know I'm gonna eat up their book. I'm so excited for them to be the focus instead of just the side characters. Very, very excited for this, and to get all their banter, and I just want to be back in a cowboy world. So that's a contender. But oh gosh, this is the one I'm most excited for of the options we have, but I feel like I should save it for last. Best for last, because this one I know if it gets down to like March 31st, I will be able to binge read this and finish it in a day because I'm so excited for it. And Lila Stitch's writing is so fast and so easy. You could read any of the books in a day, whereas the other books I feel like I'm just not as excited for. So if we get down to the end, I don't know that I'm gonna want to sit and binge it all day. So I feel like strategically this isn't the smartest decision. But what does my heart say? My heart wants to read this first. I'm just so excited for this one. But okay, I think I need to push it off just because I know leaving it for the end will heighten my chances of finishing my TBR for once. And then the other book we have is The Lost Sisters by Holly Black. Not excited about this one. Not excited about this one. I love Holly Black's writing. I love the Cruel Prince series. If you guys don't know what this is a novella that's a part of the Cruel Prince trilogy. It is the main character's sister's book. It's about 50 pages. It's super short. I could probably read this in a day too, but I just don't know if I will because I feel like I'm gonna be annoyed and not like this. I'm literally going in with the expectation that it's gonna be a 1 star, which is not an expectation you should ever have going into a book. And like, why would you read a book that you think is gonna be 1 star? Usually I would not, but I just really want to finish the series, and it's just gonna bug me knowing there's a book in the series that I have not read. So I feel like I have to read it even though my expectations are not very high, and I don't think I'm gonna like it because Taryn is my least favorite character in this series. I don't know what Holly Black's reason was for making this novella, but I'm assuming it's because a lot of people were pissed at Taryn after reading the series, and she's trying to give her like a redemption arc or make us see her perspective. I'm assuming that's what it is, but I don't actually know. I just don't know how I'm gonna be able to overlook what she did in that series. It was, can't say anything without spoiling, but I'm just gonna grunt. Should I just do this? I'm on my break right now, and since it is 50 pages, I could finish it really fast. You know what? Yeah, let's do that. And I think they had it on Libby, and it was available because who wants to read about Taryn? Not me, and probably not anyone else. Okay, actually, yeah, I think I just made up my mind. We're gonna read The Lost Sisters by Holly Black. Okay, I'm back. I am done, and this is so embarrassing because I'm about to eat my words. I feel like I do that so much on this channel. I'm about to eat my words so badly because like I just said, I thought that was gonna be a 1 star. Well, I finished the book and don't know why I'm talking with an accent. It was a 4 star. What? Holly Black is she's a great author. What can I say? I don't know how this happened, but that was a 4 star. It was written in such an interesting way. I loved the narration style. It was told through a letter. Taryn was writing a letter to Jude to explain her side of things and how everything happened, how it developed, and I just have not read many books that are written in this narration style, and I thought it was really, really cool and interesting. And I also like that you see how much Taryn actually cares for Jude. Through this book, she obviously loves and cares for her sister, and reading the original trilogy, sometimes it doesn't feel like that. So that was refreshing. I liked reading about the sisterly bond and how much she cared for her sister. I also just liked her perspective. It was very, very different from Jude's. A lot of times with novellas, they're unnecessary when we're reading about the same situation just from a different character's perspective. I feel like a lot of the time we're not actually getting any new information. This actually gave us a lot of new information that we never got from Jude. So I feel like this was actually necessary, and it did make me see Taryn in a different light, which I was not expecting. Like I said, I was expecting to be like, to not change my mind about her. I went in very pessimistic, and I need to stop doing that. Well, she did some wrong, but just the way things happened, it's not like how Jude thought it happened, you know, getting it from Karen's perspective. You get a lot of answers that you didn't get from Jude, and it just helps understand the situation better. The writing is also just so pretty. I love how Holly Black writes. So yeah, can't lie, I did like this. Most people don't though. The average Goodreads rating is like 3.3 or something. And I understand why, but I had a different opinion. The reason it's not a 5 is because I didn't like how entitled Taryn was at the end. She was like, well, Jude has to forgive me because I'm her sister. You are gonna forgive me, like. And I just didn't like that attitude towards the end. She doesn't have to forgive you. If someone was doing these, someone just parked next to me. Now I'm embarrassed to talk. Gonna try to hide the fact that I'm talking now because there's someone right next to me, and this is awkward. As I was saying, I just didn't like the entitled attitude. You don't have to forgive someone because they're blood, and she acknowledged that she made mistakes, which is nice. I did like that she acknowledged that, because I felt like in the trilogy she was, well, I've only read the first 2 books. I haven't read the third one, so I don't know how she is in that, but in the first 2 books, she didn't seem too apologetic about any of it. In this one, you can see she is, and I appreciated that. And then at the end, she was like, well, she has to forgive me. You have to forgive me. I'm your sister. And it was kind of like she didn't care. Again, I don't know. It just rubbed me the wrong way. Some of the final comments. Jude doesn't have to forgive you, actually. Didn't like that entitled attitude. So, 4 out of 5. It was still pretty good for the most part. Now what do I read next? I don't know. We have 2 options. Should I read the one I really, really want to read? Or the one I'm less excited to read, but will take me longer to finish? Just so I can get out of the way. I need to think. I'll update you when I get home and I make a decision. I'm making progress. I finished A Little Life, and this is going to be a very unpopular opinion, possibly controversial opinion. I'm giving it 3 stars. I'm sorry. I enjoyed the journey. I liked how we were following the same character throughout the entire book. We get their whole life story. I thought that was really interesting. You get really attached to Jude because of that. And I like the writing. And I like the relationships. I thought they were very complex, very multi-layered, and just cute. And just like a lot of them were really sweet. Like the relationship between Jude and his adoptive father, I really loved. On to things I didn't like. It got to the point where bad things were just happening to happen, and they weren't even serving a purpose. I really lost it when we got to the storyline with the Dr. Trailer. That was way too much. I was already having to suspend my disbelief, but once we got to that storyline, they completely lost me. I feel like it got so unrealistic. It felt like Jude met like every single bad person on planet Earth, and they all abused him, and it was just like, what is happening? It was just way too much, I think, and it got to the point where it wasn't even serving a purpose. It was just so we can have more trauma, and I couldn't believe that this was a real book. And what, I know technically it's fiction, but when I'm reading a book, I like to imagine it's real. Even if it's a fantasy book, I can pretend it's real. This just felt so unrealistic after a certain point that it lost me. So 3 stars for this. On to my next book. I don't care what the right choice is strategically. I went and picked up Lost and Lassoed because this is the one I actually want to read next. It's very short, which is kind of sad. I want this book to go on forever. I can already tell it's gonna be really good. And it just looks, I love the cover too. Look. I love this comic-esque vintage retro theme. I'm very, very excited to start this. Okay, I'm gonna start this and I'll let you know my thoughts. So good. Update. I love this. I love this so much. And I was also scared going into this that maybe it wouldn't live up to my exceptionally high expectations. it is exceeding those expectations. I am loving this. I love the tension. I love the banter, the forced proximity. So good. And I love the FMC. She's one of my favorite FMCs ever. And I'm only like 30% into the book. Not even finished yet. And she already has me by the throat. And so is me right here. I love the characters so much. She is just so loud. unapologetically herself. It's so entertaining and fun, and I love the energy she brings. I love reading about her, and he is so grumpy, and I love that. And he's a cowboy, which bonus points for the hat. The plot of this, I don't think I told you the plot. I think I just gave you basic tropes. It's about this single dad. It's not a trope, I just gave you another trope. Okay, but this trope is important. It's about a single dad who is struggling to take care of his kid on his own. The mother of his child is doing career woman things, and she is not around right now. And he needs someone else to help her because he's struggling with managing the ranch and also his child. That's where Teddy comes in. He trusts her. He doesn't like her, but he knows she won't hurt his child. So he's like, okay, fine. And part of their work arrangement is that she lives in the house for part of the week for the first proximity and tension, and I love it. I'm so sad it's only like 320 pages because I want to be here forever. I don't want to leave Rebel Blue Ranch. There's a 4th book coming out in a month or so, but still, I need more books in this world. I need the books to be longer. I don't want it to end. I love this town. I love Rebel Blue, and I love the characters. I love all the romances. I love this series. For me, this series is better than Chestnut Springs. I did not get this attached to Chestnut Springs. This series, I love every single book. I love all the characters. I love all the romances. I want to be here forever. Like, I feel so attached to this world. I never want it to end. I'm getting 5-star feelings from this, which might be too early to call it, but I'm having such a good time with this. I have no notes, nothing negative to say. It is just all around a good time. I love everybody. I love the setting. I love the writing, how fast paced it is. I love the romance. I just love everything about this. I'm never gonna get over this series. I might need to reread the whole thing after I'm done with this. Who knows? He said Teddy's beautiful or whatever. I love how much he hates how much he attracted her. If she's the most beautiful girl you've ever seen in the whole wide world, just say that. Oh, he said her laugh sounded like wind chimes on a summer day. He's like poetic. He hates her, but he's waxing poetry about her. I love how all they do is insult each other and hate each other. Okay, whatever that. But the second anyone else says anything negative about Teddy, he gets so defensive. And anytime anyone says anything about Gus that's remotely negative, she does the same thing. She gets so defensive. She's like, no, he's actually a great dad. I love that. I love that little microtrope. It's like, only I can be mean to her. That sounds so toxic when I say it out loud. Pretend I never said that. But secretly, I love it. Maybe I'm the problem. She's having dinner with another guy, and he's so jealous. I love a jealousy scene. I love how he always calls her Teddy Baby. I usually don't like the baby pet name because it's just overused, kind of cringy to me. But I don't know why when he adds Teddy in front of it, Teddy Baby, all of a sudden it's so cute. But I love when he says it. It's just like, it's giving me butterflies. This is so Ryan Shea coded. She was about to open her own door, and that was bothering me. She was about to open her own door, and he was like, "Don't you dare, Theodore!" And then got out to do it for her. We love a gentleman, but that is so Ryan Shea coded. He would always do that with Indiana. I miss Ryan Shea. I need to reread the Right Move. That book. is even better than this. And this is amazing. So, I was really saying something. I love the acknowledgements to her brother. They're funny. She said, "Thank you to my brothers who have protected me and gone to bat for me my entire life. You're the best brothers on the planet, and it means to the world that you're proud of me. I'm only being this cheesy because I know you'll never read this, but if you do, I still think you guys are annoying." This is exactly what it's like to have brothers. Like, I love you, and I'll protect you, but I think you're annoying. Yeah, so this is a 5-star. Which, wait, did we give 5 stars in this, 2 5 stars in this video? That's kind of crazy. I've gone months before without a 5-star. So the fact that I got 2 in one video is wild. But I'm not complaining. I'm so happy with how this month is turning out. It's the best reading month I've ever had my whole entire life. I'm loving life right now. This was amazing. This is a 5-star. It's a 5-star. No ifs and or buts about it. Is that how the quote goes? I don't actually know. Never said it in real life. But this was amazing. I love the FMC. I love the MMC. She is just, the FMC especially, I adore her. She is so funny and loud and just takes no crap. She's just herself, and if people don't like her, she doesn't care, and I love that for her. He is this grumpy cowboy with a potty mouth. He was so entertaining, but he has such a soft spot for the people he loves, and he's so protective and such a caretaker, and I love him. I love them together. They're so perfect for each other. I loved the snarky banter. I already talked about everything I loved in this video, so I don't need to repeat it, but okay, real quick, because I just want to talk about this book a little more. The setting. I love the characters. I love the found family theme, kind of. I mean, half of them are related. So is it really found family? I don't know. It feels like found family, even though they are related. It gives off the same vibe as found family, if that makes any sense. I adore this book. You should definitely read the series if you like cowboy romances, if you like romance, period. This is a really good one. Okay, I'll stop talking about it. Fine. I know you're all getting annoyed with me. I'll stop. But I love this book. It's a very exciting day because I feel like my voice sounds so deep right now. I've gotten a little sick. But it's a very exciting day because I'm about to start my last book for this video, and I think I'm actually gonna finish a monthly TBR for the first time in my life. Oh my goodness. I'm so excited. I am gonna start Ever After Always. I am gonna be reading this as an ebook on my phone, which is what I'm currently filming on. So usually I do montages. Can't really do a montage because how am I gonna film myself reading on the device I'm reading on? And I don't have another device with me right now. And I need to do a montage to include quotes. So I don't know how this is gonna work. I'm just gonna do a montage of random things, I guess, so I can throw quotes in there. I'm gonna start. Good news. I'm only on chapter 1 so far. And this is so angsty. And I love angsty romances. I'm so ready to cry right now. I am so excited. I'm so excited to continue. Actually, I'm not ready to cry. I'm ready to be pissed off because you know, the problem with marriage of convenience is there's oftentimes miscommunication, and sometimes it's done well, sometimes it's done not well. I feel like right now it's just not being done super well because they've communicated and they're still making the same mistakes. Like, they're in therapy to talk about their issues, and she tells him that she feels extremely lonely because he's at work all day long and he constantly is leaving. He's never spending time with her, and it's making her feel very lonely. That's one of the reasons their marriage is falling apart. And he listens, and he feels guilt and whatnot, and he's super regretful of this. So I'm like, okay, perfect. We're gonna make progress. Like, he knows what the issue is. We're gonna make changes. Tell me why. 5 minutes later, he leaves a note on the kitchen counter. Doesn't even verbally express this. He leaves a note on the kitchen counter saying, "I'm going for a run," which would be fine. You know, people exercise. Good for you. He goes for a run, though, for hours. Doesn't come home when it's time to go to bed. She goes to bed alone again. She's sleeping alone. I'm just getting frustrated because she just communicated this to you, Aiden. She just said this to you. Why are you not listening? And he was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I feel so terrible. I made her feel this way." And then he does the same thing and makes her feel that way again. This is why your marriage is falling apart, you buffoon. Okay, I need to calm down. I'm gonna keep reading. Hopefully things get better from here, but just know, as of right now, I'm pissed off, and I'm not even close to crying. I really thought this was gonna be angsty and emotional. It is angsty a little bit, but
not emotional anymore. Now I'm just pissed off because there are issues that have been communicated and could be solved very easily, and they're just not being solved. Aw, he's been opening doors for her. Ever since they've been together, he doesn't let her open a single door, and they've been together for over 10 years. Oh, that's cute. That's cute. I love a gentleman. What? I was not expecting this little rom-com to have a plot twist, but it did. And it actually shook me to my core. I was not expecting that at all, because in a romances you don't expect a plot twist. And one just happened, and it was actually a pretty good plot twist. And I'm gonna keep reading now, because now things have gotten interesting. She's finished. And I'm giving her 3 stars. That was not my favorite. In the first chapter, I really thought it was gonna be good, but it just got progressively worse, I feel like, because the characters made the same mistakes over and over and over again. Even after one character communicated that they didn't like that, they kept doing it, kept making the same mistakes, and I was getting frustrated because learn from your mistakes, maybe. Not that hard of a concept, but they were just not learning. They just kept doing the same thing. Eventually they got there, but I just feel like it took too long, and it was a very annoying journey. I also didn't like how Aiden was the only one who got any of the blame for their relationship kind of falling apart. Like, Aiden blamed himself, she blames him, their friends and family blame him, and we only really explored what he could do better and what he's been doing wrong, and we didn't very much talk about what she was doing wrong and what she could do better. I feel like it was always on Aiden, and I don't think that was fair. I know earlier I made a clip where I was just ranting about Aiden making the same mistakes, but it's not like Freya was doing everything perfectly either. She was making mistakes too, and I wish we could have explored that and what she could be doing better for him as a wife, as well as what he could do better as a husband, instead of just having it be completely one-sided. I don't think that was fair or accurate. Like, there was definitely things she could have done better, and I just didn't like that it was all completely one-sided. One of the things I did like, though, is it does explore anxiety in men, and I do like the mental health representation, especially with men who have to be tough all the time, you know? That was nice, and I just really like seeing the characters from the first book. I love Willa and Ryder so much. They're so cute. I loved seeing them. What else did I like about this? I feel like I have more dislikes than likes. Unfortunately. It was okay. It wasn't terrible. I didn't completely hate the reading experience. It just wasn't my favorite. Not a great way to end this video, but we found 2 5 stars in this video, which is kind of crazy. So I can't even be upset about this. 3 stars isn't even that bad. It's just like average. Okay, nah. That's what this was. Oh my gosh, I just remembered I finished the TBR. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. Look at me go. I'm awesome. I'm awesome. I can't believe I actually did that. Ignore the fact that it took me like 2 years to finish a monthly TBR for the first time. Just ignore that. I consider this a success. I consider myself a success. And since we finished the TBR, this video is officially over. Bye! I'll see you guys next time. I love you. Mwah.